Hi guys, it's time for another video, and today's video is on this week's vocabulary. You can find the vocabulary on page 656 in your notebook, in your book perspectives rather. This week's vocabulary are the words concept, sprawling, serpentine, and compact. I've also added animosity and shrouding to the list. Now, what you'll see here is that some of these we've already looked at in the classroom and we've already worked on some of the answers, but I will not be focusing on the answers in this video. Instead, I'll just be focusing on the vocabulary and the meaning of the vocabulary and the synonyms, and of course the example sentences. I will be making a separate video on how to answer these questions and what kind of answers that we're looking at, but please feel free to look at the answers that are already available. Now, the first word, concept. A concept is an abstract idea, right? In other words, a theory or a notion, right? Um, if you look at the example sentences here, it says capitalism is a difficult concept, right? So the system of capitalism is a difficult idea for some people. And then there is a new concept in corporate hospitality. So there's a new concept, a new theory and a way of thinking in corporate hospitality there. Right, and you see the picture there. It's a picture of a working mind, a thinking mind, in other words. The second word is sprawling, which means spreading out over a large area in an irregular way, so in an unusual way. Stretching and laying out, um, spreading, in other words, right? The example sentences here are: there are plenty of trees sprawling in the suburbs, so there are plenty of trees, as you can see in this picture, that are spread out all over the suburbs. And the next sentence, his first shaky steps almost sent him sprawling. In other words, his first steps almost made him fall and spread himself all over the floor. The third word for today is the word serpentine. Now, this word means something like a serpent or a snake, so it's snake-like. Um, think of a person's behavior. If somebody is like a snake, it means you cannot trust that person because they are cunning, or they are slick, or they are deceptive, in other words. The example sentences for this: a large serpentine shaped desk filled up most of the space in the room. So there's a desk that is shaped like a snake. That's what this phrase here means. A serpentine shaped desk. So it's a desk that is shaped like a snake. Be careful of him. He moves in serpentine ways. This is what we were talking about here when we talk about human behavior, when somebody is like a snake and you cannot trust that person. Um, this picture here is of a tattoo. So this individual decided to tattoo snake skin on his leg, something that I do not recommend. The fourth word, compact. It means closely and neatly packed together, dense or stacked on top of each other, right? Are the synonyms there. Example sentences: it looked spacious from outside, but his house was very compact. So looking from the outside, you would think that the house has a lot of space, but inside you will probably find lots of things that are packed together very tightly. The school kids were packed very compact in the bus. That means the school kids were filled in the bus, right? Probably no space to move there. And the example photo here that I've taken is of these boxes, where you can see in the back they are all tightly packed and very little space in between the photo, or in between the boxes rather. The fifth word is animosity. And this means the feeling of strong hostility or feeling uh, very bad towards someone. Hatred or antipathy are the synonyms there. So it's a really strong hatred, the feelings that you would have towards an enemy, for example. And the sentences there are: he no longer felt any animosity towards her. In other words, he no longer hates her. And we do not want any animosity between private business and government. In other words, we want a good relationship between private business and government. And here in the picture, you can see two people on either side of an argument, arguing, saying very bad things to each other. And this is a great depiction of animosity. Shrouding is the last word for today, and it means to cover or envelope so as to conceal from view. In other words, to cover something so that you cannot see it and nobody can see it. To cloak or to hide. I like the synonym of hide, because it implies that you are doing it deliberately. You are hiding deliberately. Example sentences there: the boy was washed and shrouded, right? Washed and then hidden. The body, rather, was washed and shrouded. The mountain is shrouded by a cloud. And here is the top of the mountain in this picture. You can see that has been hidden away from sight. You cannot see it because of the clouds. That's it for today's video. Please expect another video with answers and questions. I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.